Assalamualaikum, Salam Malaysia Madani. I'm Otto Othman and welcome to Biz Malaysia, airing every Monday through Thursday via Berita RTM and TV1, in addition to Facebook Live and YouTube Biz Malaysia. Now, in conjunction with Malaysia's ASEAN Chairmanship this year, every Thursday we feature Biz ASEAN, discussing various issues related to the regional economy. Now, for instance, we know that ASEAN is already the world's 5th largest economy, and by 2045, it's set to rise to 4th. That's the vision adopted by our leaders at the 46th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur. New policies are being shaped, experiences shared, and better future built. Now, the question is, what's your role in this journey? Stay tuned. For now, here are some news updates. Now, moving on, Malaysia continues to draw interest from investors of BRICS countries, with approved investments reaching 8.54 billion ringgit in the first quarter of 2025. Now, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, MITI, in a written reply published on the Parliament website, stated that a large portion of the investment came from China, India, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and South Africa. Now, a total amount of 8.23 billion ringgit, or 96.37%, was in the manufacturing sector, while 0.27 billion ringgit, or 3.63%, was in the services sector. Now, these investments approved between January and March 2025 are expected to create 3,990 job opportunities in manufacturing and 2,837 jobs in the services sector. MITI explained that the investment inflow demonstrates investor confidence in Malaysia and highlights the country's strong potential in strategic sectors such as green technology and the digital economy, also infrastructure. Now, moving on to Market Watch, most ASEAN stock markets opened mixed today, with Bursa Malaysia trading higher in the early session, tracking an upbeat performance on Wall Street overnight. Now, for more insights and analysis, let's follow the report from Muhammad Shakil Haziq Muhammad Zubil, a remiser from the Malaysian Bumiputra Remiser Association, or Pribumi.
Most Asian market open mixed today. We see in FBM KCI, Malaysian market open slightly higher at 1589.26, up 1.35 points or 0.09%. The Indonesia GCI also opened slightly higher at 7966, up 31 points or 0.39%. The Singapore SCI opened also slightly higher at 4249, up 4 points or 0.1%. The Philippines opened slightly lower at 6248, down 25 points or 0.4%. The Vietnam also we see open slightly lower at 1671, down 2 points or 0.02%. Asian stocks we see traded mixed today, as blockbuster earning Nvidia were overshadowed by concern about its China business caught in ongoing US-China trade tension, and the MSCI Asia Pacific ex-Japan index slipped 0.2%, while the US future we can see also weakened, the Nasdaq contract down around 0.4%. Even the analyst warns that the Asian chips maker, particularly in Korea and Taiwan, are the most exposed to Nvidia performance, meaning short-term could spill into regional tech shares. On the macro front, the US dollar remains under pressure as traders raises their bets on September Fed rate cut, now priced at nearly 89% probability, and of course the lower US yields and a softer dollar typically support Asian currency and equity inflows, especially for markets like Malaysia, Indonesia and Singapore. For Asian investors, the message is clear. While global tech jittery may weigh on the short-term sentiment, the prospect of a Fed rate cut could provide cushion for regional markets, particularly in export-oriented and rate-sensitive sectors.
Stay with us. Up next in our ASEAN Brief segment, we're diving into SMEs beyond borders. Our guest will be joining us in the studio shortly to share his expertise and insights on this important topic. ASEAN Glossary. Now, Malaysia's micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, are booming. From more than 616 billion ringgit in 2023 to 652.4 billion ringgit in 2024 in its contribution to the country's gross domestic product, GDP. Now, the next goal, 1 trillion ringgit by 2030. Now, to get there, SME Corp Malaysia knows the journey must go beyond borders. And that's why platforms like SME Venture ASEAN matter. It's not just about strengthening our domestic ecosystem, but also unlocking regional opportunities, collaborations, and also exports. Now, with the 13th Malaysia Plan set to pave the way, its event could be the catalyst to take our SMEs, all right, from national champions to ASEAN leaders. And joining us today to explain further on today's topic and more is Yang Berusaha Muhammad Rizal bin Datuk Naini, Chief Executive Officer, CEO of SME Corp Malaysia. Thank you so much for coming to the studio.
Thank you, Otto.
Now, without further ado, Malaysia, as the ASEAN chair for 2025, will be hosting the 47th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur this October. So, for SME Corp Malaysia, the agency is responsible for SME development. One of the programs planned in line is the chairmanship is SME Venture ASEAN. Now, could you share with us more about the event?
Okay, first of all, thank you, Otto. Thank you, RTM and BIS ASEAN. In conjunction with Malaysia chairmanship of ASEAN, SME Corp Malaysia is organizing SME Venture at ASEAN 2025 on the 16th until 18th of October this year, and that will be officiated by our Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim at MITEC, which is Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah? So this SME Venture, Otto, serve as a platform where we would like to see our SMEs to showcase their capabilities, i.e. their innovative products and services, as well as this platform will offer business matching sessions to our SMEs so that they can actually be matched with the anchor companies that will be bring to the MITEC during that 3 days. And specifically, it is to bridge the gap of potential exporters and high growth SMEs in Malaysia. And the event themed bringing ASEAN closer to you is expected to attract over 10,000 so-called visitors, as well as more than 300 exhibitors locally as well as internationally will be participated in this SME venture at ASEAN 2025. And this event also is set to be one of so-called the key or flagship events, but that's not just an event, but it is also a platform where we crafted so that we have a lot of these activities related to export related activities, so that we want to see our SMEs, Malaysian SMEs, go beyond borders, especially into the ASEAN market as well as beyond ASEAN as well.
Now, just to add on to the question over there, do you think that just 3 days is enough?
Well, I think 3 days is enough because what we're going to see is more quality SMEs, quality high growth SMEs that can actually show their products, and we bring the buyers and anchors to them as well. And 3 days is enough because they cannot leave their businesses as well. They have to do the day-to-day business and operation as well.
Now, with over 300 exhibitors coming in already, we want to know as well, when it comes to SME Corp high growth, which high growth sectors in SME Corp Malaysia are you eyeing? And can be any SMEs really dominate in ASEAN? Is there any that we can see?
As I mentioned just now, we would like to showcase the most innovative so-called product and also services coming from our SMEs during the exhibition. And we have two segments. One is B2B, which is a business-to-business segment. Another one is B2C, which is business-to-customer segments. So under the B2B, we will showcase and highlight the export-ready SMEs in 8 high-impact sectors. And the 8 high-impact sectors consist of electrical and electronics, and we have drone and aerospace. We also have oil and gas, we have medical devices and biotechnology, We also would like to see our products in the halal industry, because as you know, halal technology is a particularly strength to Malaysia, as we actually have the global certification done, recognized by all. And we also would like to see smart agriculture as well as mobility and green economy to be focused from our SMEs.
Now, you have been with SME Corp for quite some time already, and you've seen a lot when it comes to SMEs. Now, how do you see that when it comes to the high growth sector that you see? How is it you think is growing? Is it gradually or is it strategy?
When we look at the high growth sectors, they are actually the one who actually contribute to the economy, to the GDP of SMEs, as well as to the export value coming from SMEs. And last year, 2024, we can see the growth actually grew better than 2023, which is about 5.8% GDP growth. And for export value is like 31.3%. So it was like 10 times better than 2023. This is because we are actually focusing more on the high value, high impact SME for them to grow as well as contribute to the economy. But by the way, just now, I just would like to extend that beside B2B, we also have B2C during the SME venture, which is business to customer segment, what we call as ASEAN Market Fair, which we would like to make that a crowd puller. And some of the industries or sectors that we would like to focus on B2C are like cosmetic and healthcare, food and beverages, of course, because we love food, textile and apparel, handicraft, as well as travel deals, as we know that tourism is one of the contribution to our SMEs as well.
Now, business matching is on the agenda, just like you said, SMEs and ASEAN giants. But how do you actually make sure that this sparks real deals and not just small talk?
Yeah, as we know from the exhibition that we're going to do, exhibitors from B2B and B2C can actually take the opportunity in our business matching session called Go ASEAN Biz Match, where there'll be 30 anchor companies and there'll be 300 business matching sessions. And we will look into how they deal properly as well as carefully, because there'll be an assessment before actually they do the business deal, and to ensure that our SMEs go export. We actually would like to see and to bring the buyers coming from ASEAN as well as beyond ASEAN for them to know that we have that innovative quality products coming from our SMEs. And for each so-called meeting arranged, we will do a follow-up as well, which is beyond this SME venture. There will be so-called like a follow-up support coming from SME Corp Malaysia to see that it is a meaningful, purposeful, as well as a real deal that will be done between SMEs as well as the anchor companies.
Now, this will be borne by the SME or by the company as well when it comes to support?
Yeah, we actually provide the so-called arrangement between the business matching sessions. So for the one that we actually invited, actually we can say it is FOC, and there's like minimal charges for those who actually open up booth as well. So it's more about making sure there'll be a networking between them, not only exporting but build up the networking, and to sustain it, as I mentioned just now, there'll be a follow-up support where we would like to see the initial contact becoming an actual deal to be closed, as well as last but not least for our SMEs to export. And we have a target, 60 SMEs need to export coming from the business matching, and 300 million of potential sales will be targeted for this SME venture.
So that's how you target the 300 million?
Yeah, from the 300 sessions.
From the 300 sessions. Now, how successful do you think that this event will be when it comes to this?
Well, we have a full support coming from not only from our team itself, but also from our ministry, from our other ministries as well, from the state governments and other strategic partners. So I believe it will be a successful SME venture when it comes to business matching.
This is also out of the question. When it comes to the 13th Malaysia Plan, what are the things that would it affect the SME Corp, or particularly this event, when it comes to the coming October 13th Malaysia Plan? Is there anything that might be affecting?
Well, this is aligned with the 13th Malaysian Plan. As we know that our Prime Minister has announced the 13th Malaysian Plan recently. One of the so-called focus areas is about scaling up of SMEs. And under the scaling up of SMEs is about to see our SMEs to go abroad, to export more. And of course, there are strategies for us to export, looking into how we can give more so-called knowledge to them. We have about 17 FTAs, free trade agreements signed between government to government as well as regional corporations. This is where we would like to see more of that FTA's benefit to be used, to be known by our SMEs. When we do our survey, only 7% of our SMEs know about FTAs, and there is an SME chapter in that FTA. So during this SME venture, there will be business export talks, series of related exports sessions, including the FTA session as well.
Wow. Well, we're going to go for a little short break, but when we come back with our guests, we'll delve more further into this topic with regards to today's event, as well as the SME Corp in this venture as well. So lots to talk about, so stick around right here on Biz ASEAN.
Siapa tetamu kita untuk kopi ekonomi khas kita ni? Oh, peninglah kita nak cari ni. Agak-agak korang nak siapa jadi tetamu kopi ekonomi khas kita kali ni?
Education masuk. Dan benda ni sebenarnya inspirasi itu datang daripada student tu sendiri. Kopi yang saya dapat 2024.
Menggambarkan sepati.
Okay. Yeah! Boleh.
Full throttle. Let's show them who we are.
Now, welcome back to Biz ASEAN. We're speaking to Mr. Rizal bin Datuk Naini, CEO, SME Corp Malaysia, about the much anticipated SME venture at ASEAN 2025, which is happening on the 16th and 18th of October at MyTech Kuala Lumpur. Now, thank you once again for coming to the studio. Now, without further ado, we've got B2B Showcase, and like you mentioned, the ASEAN Market Fair and Go ASEAN Biz Matching and all that. But what's the X factor that SMEs should be excited about?
Besides exhibition, as well as the business matching session that we're going to have during the SME venture, there are other related activities that are equally important as well. For example, we're going to have an ASEAN SME forums, in which we will bring speakers as well as SMEs, not only from Malaysia, but also from ASEAN country, to share the current topics, the issues, the challenges. For example, like the inclusive business practices, sustainable business models, as well as driving innovation and technology adoption among SMEs. Other than that, we have ESG forum. We would like to see more SMEs actually be aware about the environmental, social and governance, because one day if they want to go for export, they need to comply with the ESG practices or regulation, especially coming from the advanced economies. Yeah? So these are things that we would like to have during the SME ventures. And there are also tech spot, sharing session where there will be showcasing of cutting-edge innovation and technology and digital solutions for the SMEs, as well as beside the ESG forum, we have ESG Corner, where the SMEs can actually look into how to connect, how to actually get fund or budget for them to do ESG practices. Under SME Corp Malaysia, we have a program called PKS Lestari that will look from awareness until adoption of the ESG practices. And other than that, as mentioned just now, we have a series of business export talk, talking about how to go for exports, how to look into FTEs, as I mentioned just now. And we also have Pitch to Go, so-called program or event, in which we would like to see SMEs to pitch for some fund or financing as well as equity or debt equity. And there will be more than 10 so-called strategic partners beside SME Corp Malaysia that will evaluate the pitch to go session. And other than that, we also have celebrity corner or celebrity entrepreneur that they would like to share how from the celebrity world they become successful entrepreneurs or SMEs. And these are things that we would like to bring in to our SMEs, our visitors, for them to know that there are many things that they can do. Doing like SME ventures.
That sounds like more like a TV show. That could be a very good TV show, though. It's like Shark Tank and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, with regards to all this, what's really holding our SMEs back? Because we have so much opportunity. SME Corp has produced a lot of good products as well as helped out our SME people as well. But how effective is it? And how do you see that? What are the things that are holding our SMEs back?
Okay, when we look at the programs that have been provided by the government, SME Corp Malaysia, beside supporting them with all this financial and non-financial assistance, we are also the central coordinating agency. We actually monitors, we as well as we look into their performance of all programs coming from 15 ministries throughout Malaysia, 13 state governments as well as 58 government agencies, which all this so-called report comes to us and we evaluate in terms of all the programs. And we found out that two elements that are actually not lacking but need to be improved are adopting technology and digitalization as well as going for export market. So that's why these two things are actually can actually help our SMEs to go more in terms of contribution to the value like export, GDP, to Malaysia, and that's why we do this SME venture, particularly to look into the gaps and bridge that gaps.
Now, when you're talking about bridging gaps, are our SMEs aware of the challenges that they might face when it comes to collaboration with ASEAN nations as well? They have a different, I do believe that they have a different way of doing business. So how does SME Corp fit into this?
Yeah, that's why under SME Corp Malaysia, we have a program called Enhancement of Export Programs for SMEs, in which we have a program where we provide a market linker for them to understand. If, let's say, they would like to penetrate into certain markets, there will be a market linker, or perhaps SME Corp ourselves will actually look into what are the gaps that they actually would like to know. For example, is it about certification? Is it about packaging, labeling? These are things that they need to know when it comes to exporting their product and services to the destination, especially outside Malaysia. Yeah.
Now, what are we looking at when it comes to the SMEs here in Malaysia, when it comes to portraying their business out there in ASEAN, as if we want to work together, right? Mm-hmm. So how successful do you think they will be in the coming of years?
When we look at the performance in 2024, we can see that there's a big potential. As I mentioned, we actually grew 31.3% 2024 when it comes to export, which make almost 200 billion of export value come from SME. And when we look at the list that we have now about 1.1 million of SMEs out there, and only about 17% who actually export, through our survey,
Only 17%.
17, yeah.
Wow.
So I think there's a big potential if, let's say, we give knowledge, we actually give training in terms of export, know how to actually do their packaging, labeling, as well as the regulation coming from respective destinations. That will be easier for them to export. And I think that's what SME Corp Malaysia or the government is doing currently for them to go abroad and get that so-called export market.
Now, seeing that we might have a little bit of time more, before we wrap up, what's your message to all SMEs as well to our viewers out there?
Okay, I think SMEs in Malaysia need to actually benchmark themselves against the international competitors. We are in ASEAN, and the market of ASEAN is big. It's about 680 million people of population. So I believe if, let's say, they can equip themselves with the knowledge in terms of how to export, as well as how to actually equip themselves with digitalization, adoption of technology, making their business become more productive and increase their sales, that will be the ultimate thing for them to achieve a high value or high level of SMEs. Other than that, I believe they have to actually look into the ESG element as well when it comes to export. Environmental, social, and governance is becoming in thing now, especially coming from the advanced economy, from Europe. For example, they will ask, because disclosure report of ESG is very important to be part of the global supply chain. And as I mentioned just now, performance of SME is good, potential is good. So I believe SME out there need to actually enhance themselves and equip themselves with knowledge as well as tools. And I hope the opportunity that we provide through this SME venture at ASEAN 2025, at MyTech, they should actually participate and they should come and get that knowledge. If not so, join and exhibit their product and services as well. And that will be on the 16th until 18th of October this year at MyTech. So don't miss the opportunity. If you need more so-called knowledge or perhaps information, you can actually surf to our website, smeventure@.com.my. I think it's there in the screen, as well as our channels of social media.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you very much to our guest today, Mr. Rizal Dato Naini, CEO of SME Corp Malaysia, for joining us today. And thanks to you as well for joining us as well. So I'm Otto Othman. On behalf of our entire crew, thanks for watching Malaysia Madani, Rakyat, Disantuni.